Hey everyone, I'm here today with Jennifer from Notable. This company has changed how homeowners can access to additional capital when they most need it. And whether you're selling or you're relocating or you're in a process of transition, this can be a really great opportunity for you. So let's just dive in. Jennifer, thank you so much for being here today.
Oh, super excited to be here. I love this program. I think your clients and your future clients are going to love it as much as I do.
Jennifer, a lot of people haven't heard from this new program that we offer, ReFrame.
Yes.
I like to be able actually to give them some more information about, what is ReFrame and, how does it differ from a, let's say, traditional line of credit?
Absolutely. So this is a line of credit that's specifically designed for home sellers. So it is fast, it is efficient, and it is flexible. It is up to $50,000 for anyone that has a listing with your brokerage, and they can tap into that money at any time during the listing to be able to do whatever they need to do. It essentially will take the stress out of selling. So $50,000 for them to be able to just relax and get their home sold quickly.
So any seller who has a signed listing with the agency has this opportunity to, to be given this access or giving to have access to this capital for any use, let's say, in that transition period.
Right.
Now, in addition to that, what else? I mean, how can someone get qualified? We know they have to be, it has to be a signed listing with the agency. What other qualifications do they need to have in order to be able to get access to this capital?
So the eligibility is really quite simple. Yes, they need a signed listing agreement with you. They need to have a minimum FICO score of 680. And they need to have enough equity in the home to be able to cover the amount that they're borrowing, plus about 20%. In addition to that, the home price has to be under $4 million. If you fall in any of those categories, easy peasy. They can.
So as long as you're under 4 million
and
you have an equity in your home that is 20% more than the $50,000, you basically meet
the minimum FICO score. The minimum score is important. The minimum FICO score.
The minimum FICO score. Okay, that's interesting. Most homeowners in LA sit on a significant amount of capital. And unfortunately, sometimes when they need it most, they cannot access it. We know for a fact that you get most dollar for your home if your home is remodeled or refreshed. So this is a really great opportunity for homeowners who've been in their homes for a very long, let's say, period of time. And now that the time has arrived to sell, to make sure that they refreshen the paint or just do a touch up in the kitchen just to get that extra dollar on the resale. Once they qualify, how do they access the money? Is this a lump sum payout? Is there a draw system? How does it work? Let's say someone qualifies for the $50,000. Now they would like to tap into that, let's say, the line of credit, which is, by the way, it's a non-secured line of credit, which is a big deal. How do they access it?
Yeah, because it is an unsecured line of credit, we're able to give them their money fast, and it's able to be very flexible. So once they have qualified and you, as their agent, has verified that you're working together, that's an important piece too. Now they can accept their loan and they have immediate access to those funds. So there are two ways they can draw upon those. It's not a lump sum. It's a line of credit that they can draw as they need, and they can attach their bank account and that money can be deposited via ACH into their bank account. They simply upload a bid, an estimate, a receipt, and they can have those funds deposited. Or they can request that a check be mailed directly to the vendor. So that way they don't have to, they can be hands off if they'd like. All of these are recorded within their portal, so they can see exactly what they're spending their money on.
So in the past, there were similar programs, but you were very limited to the vendors you could use. In this instant, we're giving them the freedom to pick, let's say, the subcontractor, the painter, or the closet maker to come in and do what needs to be done, as long as they would either send you a bid or a receipt. So they don't have to make the payment in advance. Is that true?
That is correct. They can upload a bid or an estimate so that that money is waiting in their bank account when they actually need to pay the vendor. And you are absolutely correct. There are no restrictions for the vendors that they choose. They can choose to use anyone they wish. In fact, we have some clients who are professional painters and they choose to use themselves. And that's absolutely okay within the program.
And I mean, I want to just emphasize on that, because one of the restrictions that really did not sit well with a lot of homeowners was the fact that they have to use a approved list of vendors. So what you're telling me is that not only they can use their own preferred vendors, but if you are capable of let's say doing the improvement yourself, you can bill, let's say, or send a bill from yourself to you guys and get paid for
all of the supplies. So if you're going to DIY it 100%, you can go ahead and get reimbursed for all of those supplies that you use. If you are a professional and you have a professional business and you want to engage your crew to do it, absolutely, you can do that.
That's fantastic. So if you're a professional and you want to engage your crew to do it, you can do so.
That is correct.
I mean, this is a huge deal. This is an absolute game changer.
In fact, your vendors and contractors, and I like to tell brokers, please close your ears, do not even have to be licensed. However, we do, as professionals, always recommend that you have someone licensed and bonded, but our program doesn't require it.
No, that is truly a game changer, because it gives the opportunity to homeowners to use people who have relationship with, or even family members who are professionals, and maybe they even give them a sweetheart deal just to make sure that they can help them to go through the process, instead of having to deal with a vendor that there's no relationship, and or maybe they're too costly.
Exactly. In fact, I'd like to take it one step further for you and talk about when we get into requests for repairs. Oftentimes, the buyers will hire the most expensive person and offer us credits to have it done. If you have access to this line of credit during requests for repairs, you can make those repairs on your own terms, on your own dime, simply using the program, all of it deferred to close of escrow.
This is very interesting. I was not even thinking about that. So, you know, not only you have the opportunity to access funds pre-listing the property, but if there's any issues that needs attention during the inspection, instead of giving that money away, you can take that challenge or that improvement on yourself and potentially save a lot of money without really having to worry to, you know, maybe tap into your 401k or needing to secure any line of credit against the property that are very costly.
Yes, and that's a great point too. Remember, because it's unsecured, there is no lien on this property whatsoever. So if you are working and you're selling your home and you need to go and buy another property, this isn't going to have a big impact on your DTI. It's a soft credit pull, so it's never going to show up on your credit. In fact, we've been told by a lot of lenders that it doesn't show up until the loan is paid in full at close of escrow.
That's amazing. So
I know it slices, it dices, it does
here's what it
everything.
is. Sometimes when it's too good to be true, it might not be. But I mean, what's the cost associated with this? Because I'm sure a lot of people would like to know that, okay, am I getting all these facilities because they're going to ask for a big payment? Is there, is there a hidden agenda here? What's the cost? What's the interest rate looking like? Go ahead, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So there really is no big catch on this one. It's not free money, but pretty close. The amount that you will pay to access this is $499 for an origination fee, but that's taken out of the principal. So this is not in addition to the line of credit. It'll come out of the principal, and it doesn't come out until you make your first draw. That's important because some people like to use this as an insurance policy during their transaction. If they never touch it, they don't owe a penny. It is 100% free. That $499 comes out after that first draw, again, out of the principal. It's not in addition to. And then they'll pay an interest rate based on their FICO score every month for the amount they use that month. So they're not paying on the lump sum. They're paying on simply the amount they pull out each month. So in an example, maybe they need $5,000 to do some painting in month one. They're going to pay that $499 origination fee out of the principal. And then they're going to pay roughly, we see them paying about 1% per month for the amount they borrow. So on that $5,000, their interest would be about $50 that month.
That is incredible.
It is incredible.
It is incredible because if you want to go and get a line of a HELOC, for example, against your existing capital, out the door, I think the generation fee can be 7-8%. And that's just to secure before you even start tapping into it. So in this case, you're not going to have any cost until you make your first draw. Is that true?
That is correct. 100% correct.
Okay. No, this is actually truly a game changer. And I think it's going to be a significant opportunity and help at the time that's most needed, especially for people who've been living in their homes for a very long period of time. I mean, they
probably have a lot of deferred maintenance that they need to catch up on, and they don't want to tap into any of their other accounts. This is such an easy way for them to access it.
No, this is truly a great opportunity, and I think it's our duty at this point to make sure that home sellers understand what opportunities are out there for them, and they can at least worry less. Selling a home is not a it's a very emotional process. Yes. So hopefully we can help them throughout this process and take something off, take a weight off of their shoulder. So in addition to the changes that's happening, they don't have to worry about financing as well. Now,
100%.
I want to know, in addition to the improvements to your property, what other costs can you cover with this loan?
That is the beauty of it, is I would like to give you the short list of what they can't use it for, because what they can use it for is so vast. They cannot use it to pay their existing mortgage. They cannot use it to pay off another loan. For example, if they have solar, they can't use it to pay off their solar loan. But almost everything else is covered. So if you want to do landscaping, you need to make some sewer repairs, you want to do some painting, some staging, that's covered. That's all prep work, getting your home ready for market. During the listing, things come up like HOA docs. Maybe you've got a property tax bill that needs to be paid. Maybe you have inspection fees. All of that is covered. So when you're looking at moving, you've got your moving costs, your vans, your boxes, your movers, your packers, a storage unit. All of that is covered. In fact, if they need to leave the property to get it prepped and ready to go, and they need temporary housing, up to 4 months of temporary housing can be covered under this program as well.
I mean, I'm really glad we're having this conversation. To be honest with you, I don't even know the extent of cost coverage that you have. All other similar programs in the market are very, very limited. So what I'm here, the only thing that you potentially cannot pay is your debt. I mean, you cannot, that's like if you're not able to pay your mortgage, or you're not able to, let's say, pay for the installments you have on solar panel, but almost everything else, including temporary housing, cost of moving, or anything associated with that, can be paid from this loan.
That's correct. In fact, do you ever have clients when you're doing a broker's open and you need to show the property and they have pets? You
Yes.
can use this program to put the pets in a boarding facility or have a pet sitter come and take them away for a couple hours, and you can pay for it with the program.
This is truly a game changer. Again, I know I've been repeating myself, but we had scenarios where the sellers wanted to bring the property to the market for many reasons, but having access to capital to improve or be temporarily located so the house can be sold was the biggest issue they faced. And the ones who were able to, this is great. And the one who were able to solve it, it had a substantial cost associated with it. Again, this is a great opportunity for sellers out there, and I'm glad that we are able to provide this opportunity to them, and just making the experience a little bit more pleasant.
It's like I say, it's a program that kind of takes that stress out of selling, because we can't remove all of it, right? Selling is stressful. But if you don't have to worry about the financial side, and you've got this money sitting there for any of those weird things that come up during a transaction, and you don't have to stress about it, what a game changer, like you said.
This is absolutely amazing, Jennifer. I'm really happy we had this conversation. I think what we need to do is we need to definitely have another follow-up conversation. And I'm sure in our next meetings or calls we'll have, I will be able to have someone, a client, a future client who we offered this opportunity to, and they utilize it to come on and speak about their experience and how things worked out.
Yeah. So if people are interested, they're watching and they're like, wait a minute, I need this. Number one, they need to get in touch with you. And then you will send them a simple link. They will click on that link and see what they're pre-approved for. It's 10 questions. It's mobile friendly. They can do it on their phone. It takes about a minute, and they'll know exactly what they're eligible for. That's the pre-qualification. And then they can give you a call and move forward.
Fantastic. I really appreciate your time, Jennifer. I look forward to have our next call, and hopefully we can talk about some live examples. So if anyone's interested to know if they pre-qualify, what they need to do is they can just reach out to us, and we'll provide them with a link, 10 simple questions, and they know if they pre-qualify or not.
That is correct. Super easy. And remember, it doesn't impact their credit whatsoever. It's just taking a look at what's available.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your time, Jennifer. And
looking forward to our next one. I can't wait to hear.
Absolutely. Same thing here. Thank you.
Thanks.